There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We judge it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Foreign people who willing to serve. The blessing that time and the efforts are rare. The brothers who giving us here and the parents of them. The work with my life without fear.
I lyrical health.
Master.
Play Paris, who make you? I can't ask it if you been you. Say my journey, Tina can ask him my jamo. And he's no money, the more I you. And you love family, the more I you.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I can't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I can't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I don't get it now ya to money. That's the baby, and I don't get it now. Cause you walk on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We judge it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Foreign people who willing to serve. The blessing that time and the efforts are rare. The broadcast we giving are real and the promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside River G to Chide, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Cape Mount, Montserrat, San to Backwalu, from Maryland, Bonkan to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
Indeed, welcome, people. Welcome. Today is Tuesday, having to be the 28th of October. What a way to go! And the pleasant good evening, good morning, good afternoon, and based on your location, this Tuesday. We want to say thanks to all of you for a magnificent work. Those of you who keep following this broadcast, or keep following all of our activities and so forth. You are the what? Just post, comment, and praise yourself. But actually, I'm proud of all of you. You know, we're good people. For us here, we're good. As long as you are okay, that means we are okay. You know, because for you, you want Liberia to get better. For you, you have no permanent side. Your side is better Liberia. You want to see a country where you will be judged by the crime you commit, not by the skin of your color or the color of your skin or how you may call it, but you will be judged by the crime you commit. And I know that one day we'll get there. There are so many things happening. The issue of dismissals, even though they can't tell us, they don't want to dismiss corruption. The only thing our Liberian officials, our presidents, our leaders, and that you may call, that they will not dismiss that corruption. Corruption by will swim. They will live with them, and they were done in one. But when it comes to individual, sometimes, you know, whenever people, let's start the show. Today is Tuesday, having to be the 28th. Those of you who just joining, share the show. Yeah, Mark. I hope that you will join us today, Mark. Let me see. Let me send you the link. But it's not easy. It's interesting. It is indeed interesting. So if, like for example, if Mark, Steve, and Mr. Connor joined together and dismissed me for what reason, they have to tell you. Because let me tell you, I like the Sktv people. Yeah, you know, let me just confess today, some of you. Sometimes they can be like, what you may call, you know, sometimes views. You know, sometimes the CEO of Sktv, Mr. Kanye, will go out there to ask the people out there as to what maybe should still continue with Sktv or how would you get, you know, maybe out of the show. Let me tell you, I confess, you know, these are things that can happen behind the scene. And when they come, they will tell you. But when anywhere they go, they go with bad. Anywhere they go, no way. So they say, no, but they maybe not me. Because, you know, sometimes they do this thing to get your own opinion, to hear from you, the viewers, the listeners, how you see Mayborn. I know some of you have personal issues because you will tell Mayborn you sit down on the radio. There are some people can say, Mayborn you sit down on the radio, they're more talking, the thing talking. I have Mr. Kenneth saying what he's saying, and this and that. That's what you can say. But you will not call one day and say, yeah, Mr. Kenneth, Mayborn is corrupt. We gave Mayborn this money, or we do this, or if this other government official interacted with Mayborn and this and that. No, there's no evidence to that. Mayborn with me happy with life that he lived. So now I walk to kind of work. I want to go back home. Let me tell you today, some of you don't even know. Motorbike I don't even get. I want to go to work. Or if I want to come to work, I want to go home. But some of you hate us. You don't want to see us. You hate us. It's like we are the cause of your struggle. So how you see it? But anyway, Monk, I just sent you the link. Those of you, let's share the show. Good evening to all of you, our followers, our viewers, and those of you who are watching. Following us, whether you're in Nimba. We hope and pray that our team from Nimba County will also join us on this Tuesday edition of the Sktv show. Ask Mr. Cullen. He will tell you. So now weeks, 2, 3, 4 weeks, Mr. Cullen myself will not easy to talk. Some people will call me, maybe, please ask me, please tell Mr. Cullen, they said, but the members will not easy to talk. So you see how life look. I will come here for the betterment of our country. People will insult us. Even if you sacrifice your own life, you come here to tell the Liberian people exactly what's going on today, and they're happy. Some of them, hey, President Walker is dismissing. Hey, President Walker is doing that. No, we will go beyond dismissal. And then we'll go, you share the show, people. Let me see myself. I'm trying to share the show. So this is the thing we'll go through. We're not coming to be telling you some of the things I will go through. Even if I work, I will tell you I work today. Oh, one will come here and tell and work. Be happy. And you will not understand. Because you think that Mayborn is the problem. And which of course you never voted for Mayborn. Neither Mr. Cannon, Mark, or Steve. But you will see us like we are the problem. Some of you insult us free of charge. Even in my inbox, if I show you some of the messages, people insult us for what reason? To make life better. But they think that we are the problem. Anyway, we are. You go to the people that will tell their own stories. What happened to their stories? They're dismissing them from their own story. Oh, they got to interesting. Like brother, your pet. They will dismiss them from their stories. Because all their stories are not factual. Most of their stories are all fake. So they were always the President Joseph Iman Bwaka, the deacon, my own deacon, will dismiss those ones. I don't want to use money, the charlatans. Let me borrow some of the words. Those charlatans. They will dismiss them. Because they see us that we are the problem. Can you imagine I live here in Monterey County? I don't even know what Monterey County has superintendent. I don't even know. Superintendent are one of the easiest, you know, the kind of a leadership that you need to have with. Because for me, my aunt, those of you who know me, the former superintendent of Grand Chile County, Ruth J. Milton, there was, I don't know him, Edwin Mavis Smith. You don't even know some of us. They just said, he said, look, so when you have these people who are superintendent, and you don't even see them so easily, the media will not see them. Maybe I don't even know the superintendent for most of our county. So what's going to happen to the other ordinary people out there? Then when the president is made, then they call us. They tell us, hey, you guys will, they will sack you, my young man. Forget about calling here and there. They will sack all of you because you're not doing nothing. So that's it. Let's move. Share the show, people. Yeah. Ambassador Daniel Roosevelt. Oh, my good friend and brother Roosevelt. Zawit, my brother, good evening to you. Prince here, good evening to you. Danny Talker, good evening. Slicky Travis, good evening. Sadiwan Jabo, good evening to all of you. Mark also following. And let me see all of you who are also watching. Kata Flomo, thank you. Asada Odase, thank you for always following this show. Let's share the show, people. Yeah, today is Tuesday. You know, we're just passing through with some of their, you know, accusations, I know, allegations. And if these people abandon the media, but you, I mean, you probably never care about it. Oh, God, that's very interesting, man. Joe said, you know, Buaka. Joe said, you know, Buaka. No, sorry, though, Deacon Buaka. You know, the man of my Deacon, so I have to respect him. But all of you, you will pay to the papi in feel that. And yes. So we're sharing the show, then move. So many things to talk about today. Today we'll be looking at, I think Mark, let me see quickly. Mark is here already. Okay, good, wonderful. Mark is here already with us. Mark, good evening, my brother. And I hope you are not part of the listen that trending or maybe passing around here with, I don't know, the president removed or, you know, they can use all kinds of words. But anyway, that's good. Brother, good evening.
What's up, Melbourne? Hi to the listening audience from the US, Canada, Australia, Europe, and most specifically our listeners, sympathizers, and viewers in Liberia. Another day to be on Sktv. Today's the 28th. We got exactly 72 hours to be done with the month, and we'll be getting the 11th month of the year to climax 2025, hoping to 2026. By then, we'll have been the 3rd year into the rescue mission. We stay running around. You haven't seen a clear direction as to what they are trying to achieve. You know, when a leader comes to power, they campaign on certain issue. That's why you know leadership. A leader campaign on an issue, and he got a bucket list of things to attack. He got a agenda. Whether you see in America, whether it's a trade, immigration, he hit the ground running from day one. He puts in the executive order and start putting in the work. That's why you can see leadership. You know the man gets so many things, but you can tell the country's the priority. In the case of the rescue, 3 years into this mission, you cannot even make sense as to where they want to leave as their legacy. But we know a lot going on. For me, I hate reacting to news because we live in the 24-hour news cycle. Because when I take a position on something, I want to get my ducks in the row. I want to get my facts. I don't want to go to emotion, because when the news first come up, people will react emotionally, and I don't do that. I like to get it 24, 48 hours. I put all my pieces together, do my own background check, and then before I can take a formal position. That's just why it is. And people are reacting. I saw something from the wife. She talked about integrity. I think what she said, integrity over wealth. So it meant there are moving parts to that firing. We just saw a man who was giving a genius award in Africa from the healthcare sector that was fired with our investigation. And I tell you guys on the show all the time, I said, the lawmakers and most of the folks in Liberia, they're the people who are in position of power. They monitor Sktv. I think it was a senator from River G who talking about he calling for an independent inquiry, because the talking point he made, everything came from Sktv. But apparently they can wait when we are off the show, then they come and watch the replay. Because I'm not here to push and to give us the one that can say, I'm not trying to put Sktv on the pedestal, but I know we are doing a great work because we don't play too much politics here. It's not about the sensationalism or just giving the news because we want to pick a side. I know we discuss national issues here irrespective of a particular political party. And that's something they admonish, but they don't want to give credit to where credit is due. Because I tell you guys, I say every time we discuss an important matter on this platform, within 72 hours, if you can really pay attention, it will surface in the media. So when I saw him talking about independent inquiry that the firing looks sketchy, I said, well, this just SKTV talking point. So the credit goes to the CEO himself. He just showed face on the camera that we are doing a great work for the Liberian people. Even though
Yes,
they
it
don't
is,
use our
Mark.
offering basket, but we're still doing our work. That's what they call
Yes,
community.
wonderful, Mark. Actually, you are quite correct, and there where we go because most of the time, they follow us. Let me be frank. It's just that they pick and choose, or sometimes they pressure from the executive. Sometimes because they put red line on us. So whenever they put red line on you, that means even any kind of chat room, nobody want to easily talk about you, but they follow all of our workings, they follow all of our activities, and they follow everything we do here. So, like you just said, that yes, indeed, for us here, we don't discuss individual. That's our strength. Yeah, look, let me frank, Mr. Connor, thank God that you are here today. We don't discuss individual. If we were taking our time to discuss people, that means those few individuals or government officials and so forth, you may call, they'll be calling us back to back. No, but we care about the country. We care about national issues, not Mo Ali or Sekou Dukle or Achimeko. No. For us here, we don't do that. So that's our stream. Thank you, Mon. You're quite correct. But Mr. Connor, thank you for joining us. And I like the way we all start together. That's good. But you look happy today. Is that because the president is missing or what's up? What going on?
Yeah, Melbourne, thank you very much. And thank you to Mong as always. You guys are the best in the business because a lot of people take you from SKTV. Mong is 100% right. And I've had some friends actually telling me that I'm not going to call a name, but they told me that, Sekou, we do our most of the show, then go after your show. But some of us, we listen to it and we take, talking point from your platform. So you guys are doing great. And they were so proud of us, telling me that you guys have some of the best followership in the business because that's what they have tried. Been sending viruses, hiring some professional hackers to take our page down. They have tried by all means. But the funny thing is, they don't understand that platform is people, platform is human being. Platform is not just the space, it's not just the website, it's not just the radio station. We have a lot of radio stations, we have a lot of newspaper in Liberia, we have a lot of, other news outlets in Liberia. But if you take Mount today, you put him in some of those dead news outlets, a lot of people will be following. Because why? Mount as a person is a platform. He has a platform. Like what Sekou Kene, like what Melbourne, like everybody else who is impacting the media system in the country. So attempting to undermine or take down one platform will not help you. The best thing you can do to help you and help the country is to do what is right for the country. But again, it's good to be here. I want to say thank you to you, Melbourne. So you asked me why I'm so happy. It is the news that I just heard. It's also up on SKTV page. I saw a lot of things going on in Kodubuni district by the CMC. A few months ago, when Honorable Musa Hassan Belete went to Kodubuni district, Lofa County, Bakadu to be precise, Bakadu and Sakonedu and other part of district 4, he promised them, road connectivities. He promised building roads and bridges, and also even helping to improve or sometimes finish some of their unfinished school buildings and other things going on. So Melbourne, to see that right after that project was talked about, the Lebanese government attacked Musa military businesses, telling China Union to stop doing business with Musa military. They took it from him, and when they attacked on his his things. So to say that happened and that did not stop the promise made to the people of Kodubuni, I mean, it's something that really merits an excitement. And I'm very much excited. I'm very much happy about what is going on in Kodubuni and around Liberia, especially when Kodubuni project announcement met with a lot of resistance from the government, and in fact going after the main business to destroy his business simply because they want to stop him from gaining the support and the trust of the people. To see that happening, to see that coming to fruition, maybe I think that's something that worth, being happy. And I'm very much excited to see that the road connectivity from Bakadu to South Konedu to other towns and villages in Kodubuni is ongoing. As we speak, the project is ongoing right now, despite all the attacks and, and witch hunting of Musa Hassan ability and the CMC. So if that's not something to be happy about, then I don't know what to be happy about, honestly speaking.
Wonderful, Mr. Kane. I like that because making impact in the life of our people, that's the best thing to do, because no matter what, because even whether you like it or not, even though some of them they are ungrateful, some of them they will choose which way to go, but at the end of the day, it's better that you make these impacts, because at the end of the day, the young generation, the children that will come after, they may think after, they may think that, oh yes, I think our people, what happened, thank God at least that we are able to get economic development. So for me, that's good. But Mr. Kane, apart from that, we also saw, or in fact, we have in possessions of communication from your political leader. Also, we adding to the dismissal of the minister of, or the former minister of land, mass, energy, minister or if our former minister will not pay, but that will be most of our discussions, and also follow with all of the happening back home. I know it's indeed interesting politically, the socially, and when it comes to the issue of the country, or in fact what's going on, where are we heading as a society, and all of these things, because mind you, there are a lot of people who also have issues with some of the latest news about dismissing some government officials without any accountability. Where are we as a country? Or it's just about maybe one year, go ahead, Steve, I will sack you or will dismiss you, and you go on with all your riches or with all your resources. Where are we, Mr. Connie, and that among? I think that would be some of our talking here today, and with other issues about the CMC and that maybe the other ANC as we move on with our broadcast. But Mr. Connie, back to you, another month. Where are we with all of the latest coming from the executive mansion, we're holding and pulling this measure that make the entire internet to go quiet, with people who claim to, maybe they want to tell their own stories, but at the end of the day now we are not telling their stories. What's up, Mr. Kane? Another Mark.
Yeah, Mom, want to go first or want me to go?
I think you can go first. It don't matter. I wanted to go first, but if you want to go through,
yeah, but go ahead. Then go ahead.
Melbourne, a lot of things happening, right? I told you one strategy in government, they call it flooding the zone. When you get something major happening, you want to put as much information out there so people cannot keep track. There are a lot of things going on in Liberia, and the whole firing thing, I believe there is more to it than what the public may see, right? When you put the pieces together, that's why I say I don't like the reactor news. I like to give it a day or two, do some background check, put some pieces together. And like I said, a lot been happening. Don't forget, The president submitted 3 bills to the Congress for ratification, right? It's the HPX deal, the Total Energy, and one Atlas Oriental that is into the contract sharing business. I think they were purchased by Chevron. And you know, when concession, they are block selling, you know money will be changing hands. And when money changing hands in government, in the case of Labrador, most of our public officials want to be in the process to get their fair share. Don't forget also the yellow machine again is back in the news, because the same thing that happened to Chairman Belete happened to another local firm. You know, the PPCC or procurement laws, they give locally or local businesses some edge to increase their participation when it comes to winning contracts. And this ABK said that they were cheated, because at the end of the day, the president gave this vetting team. It was the Ministry of Public Works, the Office of the Vice President, and the PPCC that were spearheading this thing. And these guys from Labrador said, no, we're supposed to be giving some kind of 15% margin of preference so that it can put us ahead of other competitive bidders, because we are a Labrador-owned company. And when the government is awarding contract, you want to prioritize your local businesses first before looking out there. But I told you, like I said earlier, anytime money is on the line, people want to steal a lot. So they cheated this Labrador-owned company, even though I read it in the Front Page Africa. I came across the story day before yesterday, and Front Page Africa reported it again for the second time. I know I'm not the second time, but the same story. And this particular corporation or company even awarded the government like something like a discount. You know, you charge the president go and do the pre-bidding, and they make some financial commitment and give some incentive in order to win the bid. But the 15% preference was never given to them, even the discount, because they got to check these points before they can award a contract. Because the same people who supposed to be carrying the vetting process, trust me, they got other corporations or companies that they want to use to get kickbacks. So for the second time again in recent memory, our Labrador-owned business were shut down from this particular competitive bidding process, and they are raising the red flag, which means that the entire administration, again, they are in jeopardy when it comes to corruption and undermining Labrador-owned businesses in favor of foreign businesses in the country. So I just wanted to, and the one thing that caught my attention, your dependable nephew, you know, he say a lot on the Spoon Talk. I don't like to go into that in detail, but the timing of his interview and some of the activities we are witnessing, because he made some revelation that people told him to contest or to express interest in the guy who just replaced Sylvester Grace's position. And he wanted to be the one making quarterly report to the president about performances. And he recommended the president even fire some people. So we're in less than 48 hours. So I was like, okay, come on now, let's take a look where I was thinking caveat. Their favorite nephew and main spoon, they call themselves Moses and Joshua. One reached the promised land, the other never reached the promised land. While we're in 48 hours, we're seeing Wilmer Pay becoming a casualty. Why you will be the one making recommendation in the name of putting the president on the right track? But like I said, a lot is going on when it comes to concession, ratifying contracts in Liberia. The yellow machine is back in the story and this competitive bidding. So you want to put your pieces together before you can take a position. I don't know, maybe Mr. Kane, he got people in the intelligence community in Liberia. Maybe he got more, but I'm going to get this story like a day or two before I can elaborate further on that. I will stop there for now.
Yeah, Mo, thank you so much. You know, there are more to it than we know. Like you rightly said. Before I even dive into the intel, but we saw a communication from the wife of what's his name? Wimope. She said, and I quote, "Thank you for making me proud, for making me a very proud wife. Your children are equally very proud of you. Of course, your God is happy to have a child like you. Choosing integrity," I want you to pay attention to this. "Choosing integrity over wealth is the best choice any true Christian can make. You are a great statement. So posterity will judge you. We judge you kindly. Thank you for a job well done, honey." that's the wife of Wemope, she's saying directly that there was a foul play. There was something corrupt, something shady was happening behind the scene, and the husband refused to yield to that. That led to him fire. That's what the wife is saying. That's Wemope's wife. Beyond that, it has been alleged. You know, even yesterday we said on this platform that there was some infighting going on within the Unity Party arrangement. And the fight is real. The fight is been going on for a while, but now it's taking a different level. Jeremiah Kun fighting the establishment of the Unity Party. For them, they don't want, let me just go back a little bit. Joseph Boagai, according to information, health will not allow him to run for second term. And if he lives to finish his second term, he will not run. And God forbid, if he doesn't make it to the end of his term, automatically Jeremiah Kun becomes the president by virtue of the Constitution of Liberia. So because of that, some Unity Party people are very uneasy to see Jeremiah Kun becoming president, because for them, Jeremiah Kun is not an original member of the Unity Party. So because of that, there are some who are currently in position, they want to maintain their position, they are in agreement with Jeremiah Kun, everything he's doing, whether it's about, consolidating his power around the legislature, the executive, as well as the judiciary. But there are some that will not stomach that. They will not agree. They feel like Jeremiah Kun is a newcomer, he's an impostor. Jeremiah Kun cannot impose himself on them. I'm talking about the Unity Party people. So the ones that are hardcore and they don't agree with Jeremiah Kun, has been alleged that Jeremiah Kun will try to get rid of all of them, little by little. Most of them already pay homage to him. They're already, under his control. But the ones that he doesn't like, or that are not actually supporting him, he's going to use his power, use his leverage to get rid of them, to make them powerless. Also instill some fear in those who are fighting him. They say, well, you see other people leaving, right? If you try, this is exactly what we're going to do to you. This is Jeremiah Kun's government. And Unity Party people don't like that. But Barker is not capable, it's not capacitated to actually run the government. You saw it in the Yellow Machine case. That's what the Yellow Machine case is coming back. So, at the same time, Jeremiah Kun now hire Witherspoon and Costa to fight for him. At the same time, the guy who was appointed as the new minister replacing Wemope is the guy who is the leader of Jeremiah Kun group that he created in Nima County called Nima Solidarity. I hope you're paying attention. Also, out of the three nominations, two of them, Jeremiah Kun appointed them. Jeremiah Kun gave the name. Jeremiah Kun recommended those people. There's no reason for removing Wemope beyond lack of loyalty to Kun and other people who are with Kun. And the fight is going to be huge, I can tell you. In fact, the next group of people that they are targeting is people that were appointed or they were recommended by Nyomli Kanga Lawrence and Dawadi Long. I am aware of these things. If they fail to support, because they see Nyomli as a threat to Kun, they feel like Nyomli will not support Jeremiah Kun because the way Jeremiah Kun came to the position. Nyomli was supposed to be the person to be the vice presidential pick for Buckeye. Now, in an effort to consolidate his power, his leverage around the party and the government as a whole, Jeremiah Kun going around removing people that don't align with him, that don't agree with him, and replacing them with people that he can control. But then, if you look at the whole scenario, there will be a lot of back and forth, and there will be some ripple effects to these actions, especially Jeremiah Kun paying for Nimba, removing hardcore United Party people from Nimba, replacing them with your handpicked guys is a problem. Do you know one of the people appointed, if you can remember, during Prince Johnson's funeral, the guy who spoke and accused the government of mounting pressure on Prince Johnson that led to he getting heart attack, that led to his death. You remember that? So that guy was dismissed right away by the government. Mo, you remember that? Remember that guy?
I know who you're talking about. He was the one that spoke on the podium. I think he wore a grade.
Okay. Okay. So now the guy is one of the people appointed by Joseph Mabaka government again after they dismissed him.
Wow.
Because he's now in the pocket of Jeremiah Kun. You know, the MDR is being fragmented. It's somehow, I'm not sure if they are actually functioning properly right now, but they are divided. Segment of the MDR believe that Samuel Koga is their leader, while the other people believe that Kun is their leader. So because of that, Kun trying to show supremacy, superiority to Koga and other people that we own this government. If you are we, you can get a job, you can get this, you can get that. Imagine Kun appointing one of his loyalists, who is the leader of the, I don't know, they call it Nimba Solidarity Movement, whatever that is, but that group was funded and it was created and is being managed by Jeremiah Kun, wherein they want every Nimbayan, everybody else to pay loyalty to Kun, or you are not a Nimbayan enough. So among and maybe the tension in Nimba County is way more than, in fact, yesterday, I received several calls. Even some of my buddies, call me to appear on 2 or 3 different shows because they want us to talk about it, because they know that we are aware of what's going on. So, Mom, the issue is very complex, confusing, and the infight is real, but we don't know what would be the end game. But what I know for sure, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to augur well for Jeremiah Kun, especially in Nimba County. Nimbayans are not happy, especially people that support Koga, and also people who are call themselves Daha or maybe Bong VP Nimbayans. They are being rooted out. Why Jeremiah Kun appoints or nominates people within his circle that he can control. Everything is about Jeremiah Kum becoming president.
Oh yeah, he's the closest.
And the possibility of him becoming president before the end of Boakai's term, that is very high. If Boakai, God forbid, if Boakai's condition continue to deteriorate, the likelihood of Jeremiah Kum becoming president will be high. Whether he resigns or God forbid something else happen, boy in Boakai cannot even walk or talk, then definitely Jeremiah Kum will automatically become the president. This is something the Unity Party people are divided on. Some are saying, yeah, the man was the vice president. He came in with the intention of becoming president. That's why we got Nimba vote. So the man deserve it. Some are saying, no, but this man is not one of us. In fact, if this man becomes the president of Liberia, he will turn the Unity Party to MDR. In fact, some are saying that this guy was corrupt. He's still corrupt. One of the reasons why this guy fought to remove Fanatic Kofa was the idea of the auditing of the House of Representatives from the 53rd, 54th, and 55th. So they don't want that. They don't want to see any audit because he was serving under Jowia government as Ways and Means.
Yeah, vice chair on the Ways and Means Commission. A committee.
So all the money they stole there, in billions of dollars that they make their money, he doesn't want to be audited. So even his hate and attack on municipality and municipality businesses, because municipality being intransigent, insisting that there should be
audit yet. He's been pushing for it forever.
and that's one of the reasons why he's against municipality. So maybe I want to say something. Go ahead, maybe. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Mr. Kale, I have a few questions because thank you for saying all of these things. Thank you so much, Mr. Kale, because Liberians, they are confused and they don't understand, or in fact they don't know the way forward. Because mind you, some of these things is just about politics, and the way to manipulate our system of our people. So let's move on, Mr. Kale. You talk about the dismissal of the ministry, in fact, the landmass minister, Wilmot Pay. Mind you, though, Wilmot Pay has been one of the top talking person. In fact, he's also contested in this 2023 elections, especially as Senate, in fact, a candidate for the Senate positions, and he came second. He nearly became senator, if not because of Sir Joseph, who been one of the presidents who also been doing well and on the ticket of the CDC. But now, Wilmot Pay, but now we will be calling him senator. But Mr. Kanda, go back. So are you saying that all of the issues of dismissal and so forth, there's nothing tangible, or the president, or maybe did dismissal, maybe the president don't know anything about that, or there are certain clique or group of people who are quote unquote doing these things, maybe to get some political alignment or to get some control of the political party or the politics. What say you, Mr. Kane?
I'm sorry. So let me say this to you, Mabel and Monk. I don't know if you listen to Costa on the Small Network. The last question that Stanton asked him as to what is going on within the executive mansion, who is advancing Boakai. And when Costa laughed, he said, I don't know. He said, some are dead and some are living. There is a clique. There is a clique. There is a power struggle within the executive mansion, within the Yusuf Boakai government. Those who are original Unity Party feel that this guy from Lofa County, the former finance minister and the current finance minister, should be the leader of the party after Joseph Nima. Because that guy also has some people, a lot of people supporting him. When he served as finance minister, he appointed almost about 800 people from his own group. So he got some loyalists. But then at the same time, the Kum people that want to control Joseph Nima Boakai, there is a fight for the control of the president. The Grespi, the Mamanka, and a few others, like the Bushiban Keita, those guys, they believe are the shield, are the one that actually protecting Joseph Nima Boakai from the control of Jeremiah Kum. When you see every day Stenton and Costa and other echo chambers of the Unity Party / divided government, they are targeting certain people that they believe that those are the barrier, those are the threat to Kun's presidency. Those are the people that are not giving Kun the leverage, the opportunity to control the president, to make all the decisions. If you remember, Mama Kabelete and Grace B and other people were head of the first Yellow Machine program. Later on, they play politics. Even though Joseph Boakai himself came and said that those machines were given to him based on a gentleman agreement from very old friends, later on, there was a problem. And they say, no, Jeremiah Kun is now taking over the machine project. Jeremiah, and at that time, not only Jeremiah Kun taking over the machine project, but you know what he was saying? Fire Mama Kabelete, fire Sylvester Gresby, fire Bushiman Keita. They are the ones advising the president. So those guys, their mission is very clear. They want to destroy the Unity Party from its original form, wherein Kun can control the party, Kun can control the government, Kun will control to expand his leverage, his control, so that those who are skeptical of Kun being able to be president can all fall in line. And the irony is, not only that they believe that Kun is not an original Unity Party person, but they also believe that Kun is not electable. Kun is not, marketable. That Kun cannot win anything beyond Nimba County. So they are afraid that should Kun becomes the candidate for the Unity Party, that they will be flogged, that they will be defeated massively. So they are afraid of that. They don't know what would become of Unity Party beyond Joseph Nima Boakai's presidency. And for somebody who they consider not being marketable, not being electable, not getting anything beyond Nimba County, he cannot even get a hold of Nimba. He cannot even get 60% of Nimba County to say that person will be their president, their candidate for president. After testing power, they are afraid. They are afraid. So everything going on in the country right now is the fight between Kun and Kun people, Joseph Nima Boakai people. Joseph Nima Boakai is just in the middle without knowing what's going on. But he's the president. So everything that will happen, you're going to, people are going to say Joseph Nima Boakai. But Joseph Nima Boakai, people are fighting Kun and Kun people. At the end of the day, we don't know who will win among themselves, but Labrador will win eventually, because you know what? This Rick Monroe, this infighting, the ripple effect will bring the Unity Party down to nothing.
So Mom, yeah, Mom, go ahead because I have question again before go for the news break. But go ahead because for me, I'm looking at the political implications
Yeah,
of all of these.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Let mom talk, then you can ask the question. Mom, go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah, that was it. Yeah, come on, go ahead.
You know, for me, the whole thing it's not the first time we are said it on the SKTV. They intend on fight bringing the vice president Jeremiah Cohn on
Yeah.
board from the MDR. We know it will happen. For me, the one thing that I know I can end. There are some folks in Unity Party with the same sentiment as well. Joseph Walker is not Jeremiah Cohn. Jeremiah Cohn only benefited from the blessing of Prince Johnson. Maybe Nima County is a vote-rich county, but I don't know whether Jeremiah Cohn can appeal across Nima County, the length and breadth of Liberia. I doubt it he's capable of doing that. So when it comes to electability, that's a problem. And the whole internal struggle between he and Koga. If Koga decide to go the opposite side of any ticket Jeremiah Cohn support, then it means you are literally making Jeremiah Cohn irrelevant, because if you split Nima County vote, then that one leverage he has already gone. But my thing is, the reason I'm paying attention, like I said, I will give a couple of days with the whole firing. I've been reading a lot of positive reviews from Wilmer Pay, some of the initiative he kind of putting in place at the Ministry of Lands and Mine, whether it's fair licensing agreement, whether it's about renegotiating some contract. He even on the opposite side of the ArcelorMittal deal. So my question is for a man like Joseph Boga who believe in integrity, why will you fire the guy whose people are giving positive review of? And taking into consideration all these contracts that are being ratified. Can you imagine the ArcelorMittal renegotiation is also on the table? So you're talking about 4 major concession ratification that is on the table, or that are on the table at the moment. So for a guy who is already doing better, because when you listen to Wilmer Pay, people say he doesn't talk that much. And what he said, I serve faithfully with principle. Now, if a minister tells you that I serve with principle and faithfully, then it means the corruption can only be coming from the other side. It cannot be from his side. Not for a guy who people are already praising that he's doing better. Maybe he's one of the best performer in this current administration, because people say, yeah, Wilmer Pay putting certain things in place, or transparency initiated, contract negotiation, licensing fee. So my thing here is, why would the president of all people, and they only respond the government get what they want to realign leadership? Okay, I know you can do reshuffle in government, but reshuffling, you don't take out your effective, your foot soldier. You don't get rid of your effective foot soldier. So it means there are some games that have been played. I'm not going to dignify the firing, because Unity Party want to create this illusion that they are more better than CDC government, because CDC never fire. So in their mind, if they can fire even the people that are better, we will take it as Joseph Boga doing a great job.
Yeah.
Even though they are the one being corrupt, they are the real criminal, but they want to create this picture that the moment the public can get the perception that Joseph Boga can fire people, then it means he can make the case against the CDC-led government that he's better than we are in terms of accountability. But that's not the case. That's why I'm telling you, I'm not rushing to take a side, because I can just see through this stuff. I will see maybe today or tomorrow, before the end of this week, before Steve Gare, Steve can always put fire in the show anyway. Then it will be really, really hard here, because I'm not rushing with this thing. I'm just looking at the pieces.
So Mom, before we go, we only got 2 minutes to go, right?
Yes.
Look at those replacements for Nima County. Why is it that Jeremiah Cohn, I would call it his proteges, people that are in his pocket, people that he controls, were the one appointed to replace those guys in Nima County. And what could be the aftermath, the ripple effect in Nima County, removing some good Nimayans, replacing them with your stooges.
And apart from that, I'm hearing also that Wilmer Pay, now that they ArcelorMittal contract revisiting the contract, he put in some guardrails into place to hold ArcelorMittal to account. And now the guy who just replaced Sylvester Grisby, the Steve Stikwa guy, they say he worked for ArcelorMittal before. I don't want to sound like a conspiracy theory here, but it seems like, like we said, there are so many moving parts to this story, but at the end of the day, we'll get to the bottom, because that's a great revelation also. Maybe he could be the one pushing he could be a major player. He may not be the one to directly fire Wilmer Pay, but in terms of conflict of interest and pushing his former employer, bidding in the process, who knows? It could be part of that. So we will get.
But what about replacing Wilmer Pay with a guy that Jeremiah Cohn handpicked to lead his group called Nimba Solidarity Movement. What about that? That's the guy. That's the guy. He removed woman pay, and that's the guy that replaced woman pay.
Wow.
So it's glaring that Jeremiah Kun is one of the person behind it, and some of the information that we've been hearing is very damaging for him. It looks like Melbourne want to go do the 20 and come back. It looks like they are not able to transition from the. I think we can be here until they can come back. So Mong, the reason why I'm saying this, Jeremiah Kun has been the person over and again trumpeting the idea of Nimba unity. One Nimba. If you have the power, you have the leverage to influence appointment and dismissal. If you want to see one Nimba or Nimba unity, why would you want to be the one removing one Nimbayan, good one, to replace that person with one of your stooges? Mom.
I know. And that's a tough question.
So isn't that undermine his whole idea of Nimba unity or one Nimba?
Oh yeah, then he shooting himself in the leg, because then it's a total contradiction as what he's preaching. My thing is, I don't know much about this guy, this vice president, but people who know about him or that got deep information about him that monitor his activity, he seems to be an operator. It seems like he's ruthless. Mm-hmm. And that's why the United Party, I can see why certain element within the United Party is afraid of this guy. He's not even president yet, but some of the moves he can be making in terms of looking for surrogate, honor money, this other president, it seems like he won't not deal with that kind of a ruthless kind of a mindset. He's a no-nonsense guy. And that could be intimidating for the original United Party people within this government. Because God forbid, if this guy is given power, it could be one of the worst things that could happen to Liberia. Because he's not even in power yet. Vice president are always silent. We don't hear from them that much because they're deputized. It's almost like a ceremonial role. But this guy, when you watch him move, yellow machine here, Nima County here, with problem with Koga, honor money, all of them buying, putting, like, he's ruthless and he's trying to be more active. Now, I can see why United Party folks are afraid, because the visibility alone, it doesn't bode well for them. Because if this guy is giving power, it means he's able to wipe out the entire Joseph Boaga clique from that party. So I get an idea as to why they are a little bit kind of itchy about this guy, because he looked like he's not one of your regular folks. He's ruthless in terms of his leadership style, and his power is
and corrupt as well.
Yeah.
So imagine Monk. Do you know the level of attack being directed at Gafon? And you know why? Because Gafon is only a major competitor within the leadership.
Oh yeah.
Of the government.
The Unity Party, yeah.
So he's not worried about Prince Moi. Prince Moi, that one is just Mr. Yes Sir, man.
Yeah,
once you get some money to give him, corruption money, he's good. He doesn't care. You saw him. He was the deputy speaker to Buffer Chamber. He didn't care about anything that got to do with integrity or transparency. And some of the reasons why Moi, Nukwe, Kun are all against Musha's ability is because of this whole idea of auditing the House of Representatives. Because Moi was the deputy speaker for years. And he was also a part of the financial dealings. Now, Moi is the Ways and Means person, also the money thing in this government as well. So when they talk about auditing the legislature, Moi knows he will be exposed. He knows that. He understands that. He's also aware of the fact that Thomas Fallard, who was the head of Ways and Means under Joe Weah government, he knew he's very well, he will be exposed. And that was one of the reasons why someone for even switched loyalty. Because United Party folks to assure him there will be no audit, you will not be exposed, but only if you join us. And they threatened Musa Belate, they told him, my man, if you don't move from there, if you don't move from behind this guy, Kofa, because Kofa was saying that he wanted an audit. So they told him, if you don't move from behind Kofa with the auditing, we will stop your contract with China Union. Mr. Belate said, no, I cannot compromise my integrity. I cannot compromise the rule of law because of my personal business. If you want to do that, you can go ahead. And they went ahead, they did that. They wrote China Union, asking China Union to take Musa Belate business from him to stop the contract. And China Union did not hide, what happened. They were very clear. They told Musa Belate, the government said we should take it from you. And Coons called Musa Belate face to face and told him that, my man, you got to lead the whole Kofa thing. You got to forget about the auditing of the legislature. So for me to even see Liberians thinking or imagining that this man that is corrupt like this could be a potential president of our country, how did we get here, man? Because if nothing is new. They knew everything about this guy. Yep. And they say he should be the vice president under a man who they say even the man is in the grave, they're going to vote for him. Mm-hmm. They knew the party people, they've been very delusional and confused. You said you accepted a man to be your vice president under a president that you knew that he was sick, that you knew that they may get some serious health problem. You knew that this man was not thinking right. And Jeremiah Kun was very clear that this man here, 2023, will have some cognitive problem. They will not be thinking right. His brain or his senses are going to be going downward. They mentioned all of those things. And Prince Johnson was very clear. You know, the now. So let Jeremiah Kun be the vice president. Let Nima support Jeremiah Kun so that Jeremiah Kun will be president right after Joseph Jima Boakai. Well, Boakai term is just in the second year. We don't know about whether or not Boakai will allow him to finish the term. But again, you knew everything. You knew that this guy, the reason why this guy betrayed George Weah, let me tell you something. Before the election of 2023, this man was literally in George Weah's living room every day. Every day. He even told George Weah, say, forget it. Now that Prince Johnson is no longer going to be running for president, and I am the political leader now for MDRO, give me money, let me campaign, I will run for president, like Prince Johnson used to do, and in the second round, I will support you. He took money from George Weah. But because that money was not, it wasn't done properly, it was done on a shady level, George Weah can complain about it, he can say it. But people are saying it. So what Kun did, Kun played George Weah, but then when Prince Johnson told him, well, I know that CP people have been reaching out to you, but let's look at the possibility of you becoming president. If Cummings wins, your vice president Cummings go for another term. And if you go run on your own, you will only get some position, but you will not have the level of power that you will have with Boakai. And if Boakai wins, you're the next president. That was the agreement, and Prince Johnson was very emphatic. He came publicly and said it. So Kun got into this thing here for becoming president. Now Kun started running around 6 months into their presidency, reaching out to people, paying money, paying lobbyists in America to pave his way so he can be able to travel to America. He started calling talk show hosts, different people, recruiting people for his presidency 6 months into the presidency of Joseph Nima Boakai. So that put fear into the United Party people. They may, if I may stay alive, but they may want to be president so badly. They may so desperate to be president. So how the thing going to go? So there where the red flag, came up for the Unity Party people. But Unity Party people, you guys are wrong. You went for this guy with the mindset, with the intention that this man going to be the next president after Joseph Boakai. Because a vice president is a heartbeat away from being president. But Unity Party people, some of their those guys call small rescue puppets.
The multi-bands and charlatans.
Yeah. They are so dumb. Some of them are very dumb, and they keep asking us, "Oh, Joseph Boakai not in the hospital again?" Can you imagine you thinking like that? After Joseph Boakai himself came out and said, after winning the election, I thought it was important that me and my wife would travel to go and do my routine check. Boakai told you that. Then you stay asking, whether Joseph Boakai is in the hospital? All right, I got a news for you if you don't know. Joseph Boakai, when he came to Rhode Island, he was supposed to have the triple bypass surgery for his heart, because after the first surgery that he had, he's getting old, and that is something that needed to be replaced, but that could not be done on a regular procedures. So Joseph Boakai needed to go through what they call a triple bypass surgery. But before they do that, and we made this clear to you guys before, but let me remind you again, since your brains are now working properly, but let me refresh your memory. Boakai was tested. The pre-test they can do to see whether you have the stamina, the normal blood pressure, and your sugar level can sustain that level of surgery. Joseph Boakai could not pass that. They said if they do the triple bypass surgery on him, the level of survival is 50-50. You could survive and be okay for a while, or you could die. Joseph Boakai being a president-elect at the time, the party people said, no, that would be a big of a risk. Let a man, that we shouldn't do that, because the party people is all about their job. Let a man, if there's a way for the man to come back, let a man can do an appointment. Let everybody get their job, let's get our position in before Kun become president right away, then Kun will be the one to draw it to fund the government. So what they did, they gave him medication, and they advised that you have a personal physician with him. That's why Joseph Boakai, one doctor running around with him everywhere, if you don't know that. Say your rescue puppet, and what you want me to tell you, let me tell you today. Boakai get his own physician around him. But the physician can only keep eyes on him, his level, pressure level, give him injection, give him other medication. But then, if Joseph Boakai, every 2 months or 3 months, Joseph Boakai will go to Ghana, where they have the equipment to do deep checking on him and the level. If it's bad, then they will say, you know what, you got to go to America. Then they will create some shady trip. They will go look for some conferences online. And last year, we'll get that Joe Baka be invited to this and to that. When he can, the first thing we'll do, Joe Baka will run to Rhode Island. Even this last time when he came to the United Nations program, Baka went to Rhode Island. I didn't want to talk about it because it was not important to me. You already made me president. I don't care. I care less. But guess what? The decision that Joseph Nima Boakai will now run for president, it came out of the result of the last check he had. I will stop there so far. But if you think you can bully or lie or say anything to Sktv, it means that you are shameless. You left all the good people, healthy, intelligent, mentally fit people. You went for somebody who has zero ability to make decisions. Somebody who has some cognitive problem, said by his vice president. Somebody who has nothing to offer to Liberia. You went for him simply because of partisan politics, because of your selfish ego, not putting the country first. You decided to choose him over good people. There were a lot of good people in the race. Tiawan Gonglo was there. Alexander Cummings was there. Simon Freeman. They may not be as popular as other politicians, but they are good people. They have some track record. And they are fit physically and mentally. They are not suffering from any cognitive problem. They can ably serve to the best of their ability. But you decided to go for the weakest link, the least of all of them. Then you want to blame people? Anyway, Mong, do you think this fight in the Unity Party between Kun and Unity Party hierarchies, do you think it will end anytime soon? And what will happen? What would it do if Joseph Boakai happened to resign, or God forbid, health condition deteriorates?
The islands of Liberia. Yes, indeed, we're back.
All right. So, Mong, as I was saying, what do you think this thing will lead us? And what could happen if Joseph Boakai decides to resign because of health condition, or if the health will not allow him to continue? Because we know now he's not going to run. We know that for a fact, and that is because of health issue. We know it. But we'll talk about it more later on. Not today, but we'll talk about it more. But the rescue people should not pretend as if they don't know that Boakai is sick, making it to look like we don't want to say that Boakai is sick, or Boakai is saying that he's sick. So what do you think will happen, Monk, if they fight continue, wherein Unity Party guys don't want Kun to be president or their candidate? But what if something happened and Kun becomes president? What would they do?
Well, I don't understand the people of the Unity Party, what kind of sense or what kind of logic it makes. We operate by constitution, right? We are a democratic society. We got laws in the books for resignation and in the case of death. I'm not wishing death on the former president, but it's almost highly possible, highly likely that something of such.
On the president, not on the former president, on the president.
Yeah, on the president, what I'm saying. I mean, whether it's a resignation, it don't necessarily have to be death, incapacitation, these are all things. So even though we can call the vice president ruthless, his tactics he using, he want to make himself visible, he want to advertise himself as someone, because there is a higher probability that those conditions could happen. And who's the closest to the president is Jeremiah Kun. I don't know how you think you can use a man as leverage to gain power, but then you want to bypass the constitution because you want to maintain power. It doesn't make any sense. So in the worst case scenario, Jeremiah Kun will still become president of Liberia. And that chances is, I will give it 80%. 8 to 2, yeah. It's a high probability. Because look at Boakai. Look at Boakai's age. Yeah, Bwaga could complete his term, but equally so, we are all human. He's now a younger guy, he's an older guy, looking at his health condition, his history, the body, and all these things. You can make the case that Jeremiah Cohn is doing the right thing. Even though I don't support him, I don't agree with him in terms of his style, but he's right to do that because he's the closest to the presidency. And that would be his best bet because that Jeremiah Cohn prayer. Jeremiah Cohn know that he cannot win an election in Liberia, a presidential election. But the easiest way to assume the presidency if the West happens to Joseph Bwaga, and even if the West doesn't happen, Joseph Bwaga will say, my body or my health cannot permit me to continue this job. I'm incapacitated. He could walk away. And who will become president? Jeremiah Cohn.
So that means Jeremiah Cohn will continue to create conditions that will put more pressure on Joseph
Bwaga, yeah, to keep going and see. Let's see who can keep their head under water for a long time. You and myself, let's see who can go for a longer time, and that's just what's happening. So it's a competition. So when Unity Party saying, when Unity Party, yeah, if they want to get rid of Jeremiah Cohn, like, what you guys are really talking about? Why? So that the speaker can become president? So that Richard Cohn, why you want to say you'll kill him too? If the worst happened to Joseph Bwaga, because I don't know why you even want to stop him from becoming president when he already number 2 in command by an election, by virtue of the Constitution. Every laws in the book so that he's the next in line. So how can you go against a man who you claim to leverage to even give you the power that you are enjoying today? I can't make sense of it.
Okay, so let me ask the two of you. So if Jeremiah Cohn knows that he is the next person in line by virtue of the Constitution, why is it that he's paying Stanton Witherspoon to attack Gafuan and other United Party people that don't align with Jeremiah Cohn? Why is he doing that?
No, because he playing a probability game. He's not playing a certainty game. Bwaga could go 6 years. And Jeremiah Cohn knows that if we go in an election, if Bwaga ends in 6 years and saying that he's not running again, he will have to compete against other people. So he playing it both ways. Let me muddy the water first and go after the individual. Let me pay surrogate to be actively campaigning ahead of time, even though my eye is still on the price that the worst could happen to the president and I could automatically become president without going to the next election. But just in case, if Joseph Bwaga is able to drag it to 6 years, then more than likely I will be having a lot of contenders. So the chairmanability, the Cummings, the Gafuan, and then he got to keep them in striking distance and keep attacking them all the time. So to make himself visible and marketable, because that's all he's doing. He playing it both ways. You hoping that Bwaga could call it quit before the 6 year come to an end, because it's one thing that Jeremiah will already be president before going to re-election. It gives him a lot of leverage. Now he's the president. He can put certain things in place, whether it's money, whether he can become authoritarian. That one aspect, but equally so, if Joseph Bwaga will end his 6th year, then it means Jeremiah going to be in the race with other contenders, and Gafuan will be the closest rival in the Unity Party. And the one thing that I know Unity Party folks, if that scenario plays out, Gafuan will be the next one they will try to push and put someone on that ticket just to get rid of Jeremiah Cohn. I don't want to believe that if that scenario presents itself, Unity Party will correlates around Jeremiah Cohn to making a snowball. I can bet my money on that. That one I know for sure. That the only one thing that I show up in the next election cycle, that Unity Party folks that I know to look at Jeremiah Cohn and say he would be the new stand-up bearer of Unity Party. Yeah, I really want to see that one happening for sure. It's not going to happen.
And
Maybe what do you think?
Yes, so let me add up things. So all of you have been following the interactions, and that's just so great. But again, Mr. Khan, let me be frank. The team that brought the president to power that had to do with a lot of political parties, alliance, and some civil society activists, including some of the advocates with the lead of Henry Costa. In fact, that was Dylan, Yeka Koruba, and the rest of the team. So if you even exclude most of the players, Henry Costa, maybe Koko Henke on the fence, you have Yeka Koruba also outside, and you have Dallas Dylan and other Yomi Kanga Lawrence who are also coming from the level of power.
Before you conclude, take Henry Costa for the Henry Costa campaign for Joe William, not Joseph Bwaga. Yeah.
Why mess started, Mr. Cannon?
No. It doesn't matter. Joseph he campaigned for George Weah to be president. He remember dancing like something like a zombie.
I agree with you, Mr. Cannon, 100%.
So
Even if I damage you,
Costa got no part to play. Costa fought. Costa did everything, to destroy Joseph Njima Boakai so they can win the election. So Costa is not, on that list. I just want to make sure because Costa campaigned and voted for George Weah.
100%.
Yeah, so all the other good people they can call their name because they're the one that actually put George Weah there.
Okay, wonderful. So that move.
But you cannot just make one perspective because he's not consistent and he could go either way.
Yeah, but they play where? That's what we're talking about. They play where during the election. The men supported.
Mr. Khan, the men destroyed the CDC.
They all the party,
years.
even Bishop confidentiality against Joseph Boakai, just for him to lose the election. But Joseph Boakai did not lose.
But Mr. Khan, how can you repair a year or 2 years damages or maybe damage that you may have caused in my life just in a single day or so?
Because Costa knows and believes that his supporters are brainless. Those that support Costa and follow him, he knows them. Even yesterday, after everything he said during that election, Costa said the other day, my people, I know y'all. Let me put a coalition together. All of y'all follow me. Anything I say, that's why y'all follow.
But Sekou, let me give you another scenario with the Costa and CDC thing, right?
Yeah.
For me, how I saw it, right? We knew that Costa took years to really, really undermine the George Weah government. He was very instrumental in destroying the George Weah government. Okay, the question you ask yourself, I think he played something a double game that CDC never read into. Based on Costa fundamentally believe that Joseph Boakai is better than George Weah, whether you like it or not. He would take Boakai any day over Weah. So the question you ask yourself with all the relationship between he and the current president, that strong relationship as far as going to exposing his his medical record and flipping to CDC. My theory is it was a calculated game because he knew there would have been sympathy for Boakai. That going that far to destroy George Weah government for 4 years from the CPP to the COP, why would he just hop to the Weah campaign? Because he knew there was going to be a public reaction to give Joseph Boakai a sympathy. So in my view, I don't know about you guys, in my own understanding, that move to CDC was to get Joseph Boakai more leverage, and Boakai benefited from that. Because even some CDC that believe that Costa came on that side, they still wasn't trusting him, looking at what he did to Boakai. Some of them even sweated and went to Joseph Boakai way. So I don't know whether that's how you were thinking, but my own interpretation, just looking at it from the deeper standpoint, I said, no, the old man went to the guy's house, they played, they do things in common. Even up to now, he still maintaining his communication. Why would he jump on the CDC bandwagon last minute to time? Even though the money was there, let's take the money aspect out. But I think it was a smart political game because Joseph Boakai benefited tremendously from that switch. The Liberian people just got pissed and they just gravitated to Joseph Boakai to push him over the finish line. So who knows? Maybe it was a political calculation.
To even add to that, I think the people, because of what he did, and the former government or former president, we also choose to say, okay, some Liberian people think that maybe we are the problem. These people are the trust, or maybe quote unquote that they have interest in, that they believe in so much. We can also tell them that in fact we can sway the people away, through the way of buying them over with money. And I think Mr. Khan was asking or was saying something because these are things among Mr. Khan, let's be frank. You can't come on the platform or the network or to speak to the Liberian people and in dive into time, it been sway away just because of little catch. Then I don't speak for them that most of our activists, our advocates, and most of the people that there's no need for you to really believe in them. But again, to what we're discussing about our vice president, I think it's not easy. Let me be frank. And there are so many things happening behind the scenes, Mr. Khan and that among that the vice president, he's doing everything possible that if this president and he says yes, which of course, right now, even with this entire dismissals, then I was asking the two of you about the political aspect of it. What's going to happen with the Unity Party? Because mind you, the Unity Party, they have their December 6th, actually may call their rally, a political party, or headquarters, and so forth. But what's going to happen? Because there are a lot of fear now into even the quote unquote those that high United partisans or those or hierarchy of the United Party who are also into positions. So what's going to happen to them? Because they are also confused that if the president can even dismiss women pay who've been doing little or maybe better, they will say for some of us, me having interacted with him saying become minister, but from all indications, even apart through the Ministry of Land, in fact, Ministry of Mass and Energy, that I saw all of the workings and everything I've been following. Even the Henry Costa also pressing. But to see that the president have to dismiss him or remove him from his position, speak volume, and that also send a shock out there to the United Party partisan. So, Mr. Cannon, it is indeed embarrassing. It is interesting, but we don't know yet when it comes to politics as to how that's going to play, what's going to happen next, and all of the maybe quote unquote the vice president, what he putting together, what he trying to do. Because mind you, there are a lot of facts, even with the issue of the labor minister and that saying that was that fight still ongoing. So we don't know yet, but Mr. Cannon, for me, I think it's not easy, and we don't know as to what's going to happen if he put his hearts together. Maybe if he contest, it will be better. But if not, if he wait for the president maybe to turn power over to him, well, we don't know yet. But for me, it's difficult.
So to that point, Mabel, we got a credible information that Dillon, Nyombli, the United Party, the Labour Party wings of the coalition, that they will not support Kun presidency under no condition. Kun is aware of that. Kun will remove all the opponents that Dillon and Nyombli they recommended down the line. Those will be the new batch of people that are going to be removed. Unless, and which I don't see the possibility, unless Dillon and Nyombli support the idea of Kun presidency. I'm not saying that happening. I don't think Nyombli will. I'm not sure if Dillon will do that, but Kun is being informed that those people, they will not support you. They will not support you to be president. And there are a lot of guys within the United Party that believe the only person that can seek their interest will be Gafon. Gafon being former finance minister and now finance minister, former foreign minister, and all those things. So the fight will only deteriorate. The fight will grow. It will grow until to the point where, Baga will develop more pressure because everything going wrong, Baga will be getting angry about it. The pressure will rise, and that's what Kun want. Because Baga, the more pressure that is mounted on Joseph Nima Boakai, the more problematic it's going to be for him. Monk, what do you think? Everyone just said that those who want Unity Party, who don't want to see Kun becoming president, they are praying that Baga remains in power until 2029, wherein they can go for a convention to elect their standard bearer, where they can elect somebody else, potentially Gafon and not Kun. So, okay, that is like Mom always say, hope is not a strategy. They're hoping.
Yeah, they're hoping. Hope is not a strategy. The one thing that I know for me, I don't like to go into the Baga because
Mom always say hope is not a strategy.
Yeah,
So
hope is not a strategy.
they're hoping that happens. What if what is potential possibility? Joseph Baga decide, my health condition will not allow me to continue, and Baga resign. Oh, God forbid.
Yeah.
If Baga, heartbeat starts skipping, and then something happen, God forbid, and what's gonna happen? Then automatically their hope will go down the drain.
Yeah, it will go down the drain, because that's what I'm saying. The best chance for Jeremiah Kun presidency passes through Joseph Nima Boaga, and that's not before the election. That will be before the election. I bet the Unity Party believe that they've been in power for a while. They have a structure in place. They got a base to start with. If we go to the next election and Jeremiah Kun will have to compete against other folk, he will not be the standard bearer for Unity Party. So his best bet, by any means scenario, is to hope that Joseph Boaga doesn't end his 6-year term. That will be the easiest part for Jeremiah Kun. Because look at Gafan. I think he's the most recognizable United Party man. Foreign minister, finance minister, and then finance minister again for the second term. In terms of longevity, he's been there longer than Jeremiah Kun can even think or dream of. So what make you think United Party folks are capable of looking for a running mate that will complement Gafan to make a case nationally? Because he's already well known. He's recognized. Foreign minister, going back to the days of Madame Salif, 2-term finance minister back to back. I mean, like, he came to this particular position for the second term. He's a real Unity Party member, official Unity Party member, being the party for more than a decade plus. Why make you think he would just want to sit there and Jeremiah Kun come and inherit the Unity Party? I believe that will not happen. So Jeremiah Kun, best bet, he can pay his surrogate for now to be playing on both fronts, but at the end of the day, his best and the closest path to the presidency is to hope that Joseph Boaga calls it quit for health condition or any other condition, that he can become president automatically. Even if it's for 1 year, he should become president before we get to the next election cycle. Anything other than that, his presidency is toast. He can get kissed goodbye. It will not happen.
So you're saying that, given what we know, looking at our history and looking at the trajectory and the voting, the way Labrador people vote, Kun has zero chance of winning presidency?
No, he cannot.
You can't get vote anywhere out of Nimba. And he can even get
my thing is, so when the presidency said we got to appeal to the whole country. Can Jeremiah Kun go to Western Labrador, Grand Cape, Mount Babalu, bombing, or in the southeast and make the case? Some people say he got some southeastern background, but still, I know people are not going to buy into that crap. I know he can do better in Nema County, but the question is also of Nema County. Montserrat County being the breadbasket, that one tail of all the voters. I don't think if you had to conduct a poll today, the only reason Jeremiah Kun might be a little bit popular because he's riding on the Unity Party cartel. So if you were to conduct, like I say, an opinion poll for the fact that he owned that Unity Party blanket, that's why giving the little popularity. Take Unity Party out of the equation. Were you even going to dream about Jeremiah Kun becoming president like bro? Let's just assume if Joseph Boaga wasn't going to select him, you think any other candidate was going to say, okay, we can put Jeremiah Kun on the national ballot to win a general election in Labrador? It would never happen.
Prince Johnson was 10 times or maybe 100 times popular than Jeremiah Kun.
And he really appealed us out of Nima.
He did not win nothing outside of
Nima. So what are you talking about?
Yeah, so it's tough. So maybe back to you. Maybe we can listen to our people.
Yes, so let me see our best to activate the line so that our people too can be part of the show this evening. Keep the calls coming to 0770-203125. That's the number for you to call this evening. The landlord will start blinking. Let me see to this first caller. David King, good evening. Yes, go ahead, my brother.
I think Mr. Kun has a very slim chance of becoming whatever he wants to be in the executive mansion. It is not possible for you to have the Jeremiah Kun presidency all along without the Unity Party. And one just put it right. The reason you are even seeing Jeremiah Kun with the kind of popularity that he has today is because he owns the canopy of the Unity Party. But you take the Unity Party for Jeremiah Kun with the NDR, it's an NDR, there's a split within the NDR. Koga got his own portion. A vast majority of the NDR on the side of Samuel Koga, the senator. And Jeremiah Kun got very the new portion of it because before the late Senator House would die, he said he was a member of the Unity Party. He was no longer part of the NDR. In fact, he said that is supporting the Unity Party in 2017. So, with that being said by him, it is in the ear of those NDR members. So, why is the Unity Party kicking out with Gafwan? I don't see him going back to the NDR. So, like Mo said, if Joseph Waga would not be incapacitated there, or maybe go call on him to say Canada here, then that means you should get kids go back because he will not be counted.
All right, thank you so much. Today's caller, good evening. Yes, my brother, go ahead.
People say on your show that Jeremiah Coon is spending certain water to push his case. But what do you want us to believe that when in the past, during the time that the homicide that were on, you said on your show, the Sktv people, that the British justices on the Supreme Court found $200,000 to rule against fanatical, and we turned out to be a lie. What do you want us to believe you? You believe a little about what you say on the show is very important. But sometimes you can just throw out allegations.
Well, go off the line. I don't know your credit finished, but keep a calls coming. Charles Cooper, you try calling in. Keep a calls coming to 077. We don't want to cut you up before you feed out because maybe we'll cut you up and so forth. But again, that's the life. Hello to this caller, Louis. Okay, Louis Pony. Yes, my dear good friend and brother. Who you playing?
I want to thank you so much. I want to thank Mr. Kane, and I'd like to appreciate you guys. Tonight, for the very first time, I'm going to defer with Monk.
Okay.
Monk and myself have always been unparalleled with them code inside him, with them alarming, very alarming. Tonight, unfortunately, apparently he there with us aside. Never, I told you on the show that if you bring Jesus Christ to contest in our presidency, and you bring Prophet Muhammad to contest the candidate, the Unity Party people will go for Unity Party, and the CDC people will go for CDC people. That pretty much you're talking about what came fourth place. He was not a stand up around the Unity Party. The Unity Party have a unique following. Today, if you place Jeremiah on the ballot, you'll be surprised that all over the country where Unity Party, because they will see the fight as a party fight.
But what we're saying, but Louis, that's what we're saying here. We're saying that if you remove.
I want to say that even if you go and won four central seats in Nima.
Okay.
The vice president who? And you're not giving me a chance. I'm trying to tell
No, that's not true.
It's a different thing. The reason is simple. If you place Jeremiah Coon and Gafwan right now into a state of worship, Jeremiah Coon will eliminate it. You know, at a capital building, you don't move for the Unity Party caucus at the capital building when I line group. Jeremiah Coon is instrumental, he has money. Gafwan is a diplomat. Jeremiah Coon is more political than being a diplomat. He understands the gimmick. With Prince Johnson, with 2 representative seats, with 1 senator and 1 vice president. He's more political than Gaff. He hasn't testing yet politically, but if Jeremiah Coon win the Senate bearership, the sympathize for Unity Party across the road. They don't want to lose the election. They always don't want to lose. This is our candidate. They will go after you backed by Nima numerical strength. He's a very powerful candidate in Liberia. All of the by-election and in Nima with the alignment. And then again, nobody winning alone. You need an alignment, you need coalition, you need collaboration. How can you do with Jeremiah Coon and MBRD and Nima?
Well, all right.
He's extremely powerful. He put in the ticket, the Palestinians will go for him. They will definitely see him as their own.
All right. Thank you. Keep a calls coming 07702031225. Today's caller, good evening. Even though I have a few questions to ask you, but not needing to waste our time. Go ahead. Today's caller.
Good evening, Devon.
Yes, go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, thank you. Let me say good evening for your team of panelists. This is Hussein Kewu. I call from Jefferson District 2. So I listened to the driven analysis. In fact, let me say this. President Bouattara will complete his 6 years, and 2029 he will be on the ballot.
Oh.
And Liberians, no, maybe not say oh. Don't say
Remember, you're out of touch, man. You have no information.
But the man has said that yet. You don't want to say that. I want to say oh.
I'm just talking home. I'm just one on appointment.
It's not surprising, right?
Man, you don't want an appointment, man. We know you're not going to run for anything.
But let me say this. President Baka, you know, God
What
is
can I worry
you
about anything?
love people, right? Based on your heart. You just can't have that person. This is why God is bringing him, you know, to the spotlight. President Baka,
So when the men are wrong, what next? Because we're looking at Jeremiah Pankun, if the man, if President Bwaka say, okay, I'm not retiring for politics, and let me give it up to the young people. Sent from former President Sali said that it's time for young people to rule the country. And even though I came in, you know, but let me give it out to the young people. What's going to happen? That's the question.
Okay, maybe let me say this, right? Let the previous caller say, if tomorrow election, all the names you call, who will flop all of them?
We're looking at United Party. We're not looking at the forget about that one yet.
United Party, United Party, that's not party, right? United Party support they support who can win anybody in the election after the
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Nima alone
Yeah,
is not
thank you,
Liberia.
man.
Some of you can be fair in your analysis, but keep a calls coming. 07702032125. Let's Senator Frank Johnson, the most powerful senator in Fawo and Nima County, win.
Yeah, that means the plan loyalist.
Of the votes.
And that means to do my job. Yeah, you want to hire him to again.
Yeah, all day just being saying something. You want to leave the real politics and you want to make things look like it's real. Just to fool the people at the end of the day, say, oh, we don't know how people looking. But keep a calls coming. We'll take a few more calls and then we'll cross over to our team. The WhatsApp line is also there. Keep a calls coming. 0770-203-125. That's the number to call this evening for you to be part of the Sktv show. Let's move in with reality. Forget about sentiment. Forget about maybe the way you see politics. Sometimes we think that, you know, the way we see things, the way we believe, and so forth. So many calls coming. But me just tell the WhatsApp call, and I will tell Sosa Keita about to Sidiwan Jabo, Sidiwan, go evening.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. Sekou and Nebo.
Yes.
I'm calling from Florida, still precisely Jacksonville. Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Maybe this is a very fascinating discussion according to AB always saying when you call a line. We are looking at the geopolitics that is on playing. Pretty much you take the Unity Party for granted. But that everybody want their own. For me, I will go for the opposition. The CMC doing fantastic job. The ANC is regrouping.
So let's move back. I think they have an issue have to do.
Maybe let me hear your comment.
Okay, go ahead.
Come again?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I see the CMC changing the political game. The ANC is regrouping while the CDC trying to recuperate. Now, this thing is not a woman fault, but to take Unity Party for impact will not be easy. Their focus should be the first place, NEC. They should make sure that NEC, all their machine they have and whatsoever they have their system can be well checked out in that system. They should, and one party cannot win this thing. The CMC, the ANC, and CDC will come together for a one front and see how best they can get this thing done. But that's my point. That's my opinion.
Thank you so much. I wanted to ask you about the Unity Party, maybe the rule for 12 years, because sometimes two people will get this thing wrong. 12 years different for 6 years. But anyway, Louis is back. I don't know what you want to talk about, but Louis.
For 2 seconds, I left something on.
Yes.
I want to understand that when Dillon beat Polita in 2019, there was on the Liberty Party. Had the Unity Party free Kennedy in that election, they don't would have been Senator 2019 against Polita. The reason is that the Unity Party
that means
I'm trying to tell you with cool now. I'm trying to say something with cool. The entire Unity Party will rally around Dillon against Polita of the CDC, and they don't want an election. If the Unity Party have drawn out from the Dillon would have beaten Polita.
All right. Well,
that's the point I want to get to. So,
my man. Let me tell you something. The whole Louis.
All right, Louis. Yeah, go ahead, Mr. Kennedy.
Louis, I know if you're still listening, let me tell you this. The whole dynasty of Unity Party has ended. Unity Party had their time, 12 years at one point. Now, another 6 years. They have nothing to offer to Liberia. and you're thinking the Liberian people are stupid and they will remain stupid, you are the one insulting the Liberian people. Liberian people, they know better and they need better. So the idea of Unity Party being there perpetually, thinking that, oh, without Unity Party, but man, you got to know, man.
And that's a question I wanted to ask Sidiwan Jabo, Mr. Kane, that the Unity Party that run for, maybe that rule for 12 years, and that the Unity Party of 6 years.
Yeah, so what I'm trying to say, Amebo, these guys, they're not learning. They're not listening. They're not paying attention. Right now, the only chance of Unity Party right now was for Joseph Boakai to be president because people wanted to give him sympathy vote. The fact that Unity Party does not even have a qualified person to run for president besides Joseph Boakai, that tells you the Unity Party is done. All the noise they're making are for nothing. People are angry. It was collective effort to bring down the CDC,
the George Weah government.
And all the thing we're talking, even bring Jesus Christ, Unity Party people vote for Unity Party, that's a lie. You have to understand, Unity Party people, they can't win the election by themselves. They don't even have enough people. Let me tell you something. If you look at the whole country, how many people voted? How many people voted? How many people did now vote? You have good portion of the country that did now vote, that are turned off. If those people are turned on, all the Unity Party people can vote for Unity Party 100%, they can still be flogged. Because Liberian people are seeing, they are not seeing interest in politics. They feel like they're all the same, they're all liars. But when they see the alternative, they see, well, Liberia is ready to move forward. Unity Party can be defeated massively. Mr. Maulo, we are about to leave quickly.
But yes.
Let's just give Mr. Maulo,
okay. All right, go ahead, Mr. Kane, because
we're about to leave now.
Yeah, hello, hello, Sekou and Mabel and Mark. No, Sekou, I think we're buying into this narrative, this two-party narrative. I think we should pass the time discussing with the Liberian people how to vote and what to look for in candidates. Because this kind of argument only leads them to do what they've been doing ever since. It seems like who are we talking about? Kumu, Gafwa, even the Joseph Boakai. What do any of these people have to offer? Absolutely nothing. Nothing. Just to say the president, we talk about our country as if it's a game. Debased as we are right now, it should be scary that we even talk about those kind of people. We should be looking for the best amongst the Liberian people to live this country up. This country is more than on the ground. And I think we should waste our time discussing on the future of how we want our people to vote so that we can get the best out of this thing. But this nonsense about Unity Party and CDC, these people got nothing to offer.
All right, Mr. Maulo, thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, maybe I'm back to you.
Yeah, so let me just say to Mr. Maulo quickly before we go to the line, maybe take 1 or 2 calls. Mr. Maulo, yes, we got to mention these people because that's
I don't think we should go to the line after that. After you, and then you can go to Mom.
Okay, so good. Thank you, Mr. Kane. So yes, indeed, Mr. Kane, let me be frank, with all of the holding and pulling, the Unity Party of for the past 12 years that we know of is not the Unity Party of today. The Unity Party of today, even see the party headquarters. Since they won the election 2023, in fact, they took power 2024. What happened to the political party headquarters today? The party headquarters are right now on Broad Street. What happened there? It looked like ghost. Nobody there. People don't easily go there until even some they have to go there. Queen Johnson have to go there and find even blast. That's sometimes these are things that you know that people are. So most of the people who you see sometimes that support some of the politician or the Unity Party, they are not typical Unity Party partisans. They feel that they want to associate, like Mr. Kane said, because most of the people feel that President Bwaka is old. He have the experience. He of age. He been into governance for a little time, so they have to vote for him to see that maybe he change things around. But most of the people, they don't let party people. Look, let's be free. Even though we talk about politics, I try and go back to Mr. Kane quickly before I tell what to you people. I think the United Party people, they have to do better. They are not very up to task when it comes to the issue of Henry. Even their own political party headquarters, they are still cool. You can't be in governance, then you are cool like nothing is happening. That alone is a defeat even on their part. Thank you, Mr. Kane. And yes, you can take over from me.
Yeah, I think Mr. Marlowe made a salient point in terms of the narrative, but they say the obstacle is the way. Unity Party and CDC will always be part of our political discourse. There is no way we can discuss Liberia. We all want the best for Liberia, want the best and the brightest among us, the people that will add value, but we cannot discuss politics without factoring in Unity Party and CDC. Matter of fact, I would believe that some of the political leaders, I know there will come a time we'll start talking about a merger, because to remove a ruling party from power, especially by the time Bwaka comes to his 6-year term, it will have been 18 years of the last 24 that Unity Party will have been in power. So there is no way you can take it out of the equation. We just wanted to settle this thing about the vice president chances and the probability, the brand building of Unity Party. I wanted to answer Louis' question. Louis, prior to Joseph Nyima Bwaka selecting Jeremiah Kun to be a running mate, when was the last time you heard a single person in Liberia mentioning Jeremiah Kun for president in Liberia? I mean, when you want to talk about the presidency, people will say, okay, George Weah and Joseph Bwaka and Kwame and Tewan Gonglo. Prior to Joseph Bwaka talking or picking Jeremiah Kun, when last you heard a single individual in Liberia ever mention Jeremiah Kun's name when it comes to the presidency? Never. That's why we keep saying he's riding on the Unity Party cocktail. A Unity Party as an institution decide that they will carry another candidate. Jeremiah Kun will be dead in the water. He will get vote from Nima Khan. I'm not going to question that. But speaking of the presidential level, I don't think that will happen. And you talk about he being more political. No, he's supposed to be political because he and Gafan is finance minister. He's in the executive branch. And Jeremiah Kun is in the first branch of government. So more than likely, because of his job responsibility and his day-to-day action, he will be more political. But this idea that we are the Unity Party, that Jeremiah Kun can wage a fight in Liberia, that's a lie. It's not even possible. So, like I said, we want the other political leaders to start wearing their thinking cap and start thinking ahead. We want something also our Unity Party and CDC, but there's no way you can discuss politics without mentioning the two either. So it's a give and take. That's just what it is.
Indeed, Mo. Okay, yeah, Mr. Khan is back. Yeah, so Mr. Khan, go ahead.
So yes, Mo is right. You know, Louis is very intelligent, very smart, but Louis then want to continue to trumpet this idea of a binary choice between the CDC and the Unity Party. That's the idea they want to continue to, to preach. But Liberian, we are moving beyond that. Let me tell you this. We're not going to know the next government who's going to lead our country. But based on what we know, majority of Liberians are regretting voting for Joseph Nyima Bwaka and the Unity Party because their life has never changed for a bit. They are suffering. The country is hard and harder. You can't believe some of the people that are complaining. Even some government officials, they are complaining. Immigration officers are complaining. Police officers are complaining. Don't think because they are not talking to you, they are not saying it publicly, it means that they are happy. The people, the civil servant, they are the one that made Joseph Bwaka president. They say Joe, we are harmonized, they are whatever, they want to vote. They are not happy. And Joseph Bwaka, adding insult to injury, he's not focused on anything that will improve the life of the people. We want to focus on division, infighting, traveling to enrich themselves, creating wealth for him and his family, taking $10 million of the Liberian money to go build hut in his town. No hospital, no clinic, no ambulances, nothing in the country. He said, oh, regardless of that, the United Party will still come. No, United Party was dead. It was the CPP that brought the United Party back to life. And if the opposition unite and pay attention to detail, United Party can never come back to power, regardless of what they do, because they already failed the country, and the country is not going to really go for anything less. But thank you so much, my man.
Maybe I think you muted.
Maybe you already muted yourself. We're not even hearing you. I think it's about time for to leave now. But I don't know what you did.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah. So I'm saying thanks to all of you, Mr. Cannon. We'll see you all tomorrow by the grace of the Almighty God. Thanks to each and every one of you, our viewers, our listeners.
So like I promised, the whole week, I'll just be here 2 hours.
Thank you, Mr. Cannon. Actually, I'm very happy. At least you'll be.
I'm in the president want to know what happened to your USA woman resignation. I think you got your CMC people.
CMC already put up the
statement.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't read it. I didn't come across it though.
Yeah, that was the very day, a few hours right after it happened, and CMC put up a press release about it.
Oh, they thought that the female version of women pay, right? I see you, man. Yeah, take care.
All right, man. So my people, yeah, thank you. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you, my man.
There are things we can do. We bring you good news and we give it to you. We judge it for podcast and